Okay, this is a video for Mark, basically trying to give you a bit of a video tutorial on the last Trials HD track, Inferno II. I understand you're getting stuck at these wooden pallets, so I'll try and get there quickly, but along the way I'll basically try and break down the track checkpoint by checkpoint, just to give you a bit of an instruction about how to get over each obstacle. You might find something you're already doing is good, or you might find a quicker way, or maybe even a more consistent way of doing it. And I think what I'd recommend, if you just want to get through the track, the best thing to do is just take each checkpoint slowly and think about them as individual puzzles. And more importantly, I think, try and find a way that works for you and it's consistent. Forget about time, forget about how it looks. If you can find a way that's consistent to get over each obstacle, you'll have to be able to finish the track. At the end of this, I can show you my replay, but for the moment, I just want to try and break it down for you, so we'll get straight into it. Obviously, the only bike you can use is the Phoenix. First obstacle, body weight forward from the starting position. Before you do anything else, body weight forward. What you're going to do is accelerate until you get to about this point on the ramp, and then you're going to flick your body weight backwards. And what that'll do is just give you a nice little flick and a nice little boost up the top. Okay, first checkpoint. Next one you want to do, watching out for the pendulum, you essentially want to bunny hop over to this first floating platform, and then with your body weight forward, land on the second beam. So once this one goes past, bunny hop, use the back wheel, and then land on the back here. Now, you'll notice what I did there is actually land. I'll do it again just so you can see it. I'm actually going to land on my back wheel first while accelerating. Now, I'm using my throttle here to control so basically keep me stationary. So, because the gravity is trying to take me backwards, I use my accelerator to counteract that. But what I did, by landing with my back wheel first, it ensures that you actually get grip before you do anything else. So it's subtle, but if you put a little bit of accelerator and land with your back wheel first, it'll stop you from quickly going backwards. Now, essentially from this seated position, tiny bit of a run up, not even full throttle, only about 60-70% to make that gap, and you're at a checkpoint. Next thing you want to do, body weight forward here, and essentially you want to do a backflip off this pole to get it out of the way, and it actually becomes a driving line that you go on in a second. So backflip, and then just again settle yourself down, little bunny hop. Again, I would actually settle yourself down here, and then accelerate and stop. At this point, now this is in between a checkpoint, but there's two ways to achieve this. You can either jump over the dynamite boxes and go off the ramp you can see to the right there, or you can actually go in between the edge of the board here, edge of the plates here, and the dynamite. So I'll go both ways. The first one over, from a seated position, just a bunny hop, okay? And you roll down. Not too bad, it works. It's the way I do it, and I tend to find it's quicker. You may find, if you're inconsistent with that, here's another trick, and this one will make it a bit easier for you. Just drop your wheel down as slowly as you can go, pushing your weight backwards, and as gently as you can push, and you just fall straight down. So that's a nice little trick, but that'll get you out of some trouble and make it a bit easier if you want to be consistent. From here, now this one just takes a bit of practice and a bit of trial and error, but I'll try and show you the way that I do it. Make sure to start with, your back wheel is on these wooden planks on the left here, because if they're not, you're just never going to get any acceleration. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's wooden planks here, and you've got to keep your back wheel on it. Accelerate down to this one, body weight forward, and try and make the jump. Now, I've stuffed it there, but again, bit of a... Okay, let's just pretend that's what not to do. I haven't played this track for a while. There we go. Now, you can even get down near this fire. Now, it might look like you're going to catch fire here. Even like that, you're actually not catching fire yet. So just don't be scared. If you do fall down here, you can still recover it. You're not on fire, even though it looks like the bike may be. The main thing is get up here. Now, what you'll do, there's a little lip. There's this pipe here. There's a little lip just at the back here. You have to make sure your back wheel is over that lip and pretty much just touching on it. Now, this is the part you're struggling with, and I'll try and explain this as clearly as possible. What you need to do is be in a completely seated position, so flick your body weight as far back to the left, or as far seated as you can get. What you actually want to do here is accelerate while holding backwards. So essentially continue to try and push your body weight to the left of screen. What that will do is raise the front wheel up, and while it doesn't look like it, you don't need to actually jump this first gap here. You don't have to jump. Just by lifting your front wheel up off the ground and trying to get your bike to about a 45-degree angle, you'll actually clear the first gap quite easily, and the second, and then all you have to do is when you hit the first platform, the angled platform, you just shift your body weight forward to counteract the angle. So I'll show you now, and then I'll try and break it down a bit more. Okay, and that's it. And then again, use your throttle to hold yourself in position. Now do that a few more times. Seated position, holding body weight backwards, accelerate, accelerate, and then counteract it. Okay, so you see then, I didn't even shift my body weight until right at the end. Okay, so holding your body weight backwards, accelerate, accelerate, shift body weight. Now that one I did a bit too slow. What you'll find, again, it's trial and error. You're going to need to practice this technique, but you should be able to get a feel for it. Only shift my body weight at the end there. Now that was a bit too much. All right. Now, there's another little technique I'll show you here real quick too. Sometimes you'll overcook it and you'll actually start bouncing backwards, and what you actually have to do in mid-air, so you overcook it, oh, that's a bit too much, sorry, this might be a bit hard to explain, up in the air, then flick your body weight forward at the end there. What you're actually trying to do is slam your back wheel down hard onto the pallet. It will end up giving you a lot more grip. That grip will stop you going backwards. Right here, bang, slam it down. That and accelerate. As you slam the back wheel down, you accelerate, and it cancels the angle, cancels gravity out, and the end result is you can sit here all day. So all I'm doing here is playing with the throttle, just accelerating gently, and that's able to keep me in the right position.